Because we're not too sure. And in the meantime, let's welcome our next guest.
David Wenham started doing impersonations as a child before growing up playing competitive lawn bowls and calling games of bingo until he got his big break. He set hearts aflutter as Diver Dan, challenged good taste with a dodgy mullet in Getting Square, fought the good fight battling monsters in Middle Earth, and made us all want to hit the gym as a buff soldier in 300. Now he's celebrating the release of Australia on DVD and getting ready to join Dancing Klansmen, Nappy Fetishists and pole dancing housewives on the Sydney Opera House stage as he plays the man himself in Jerry Springer, the Opera.
3 cheers now for David Wenham!
Thank you. No, I did the chopper in the dressing room.
What'd you do?
Well, you had a stock full of alcohol.
Oh, have you really got drunk?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, you know, I don't want an Elle McFeast type thing where you get so drunk and tell inappropriate stories we get taken off the air.
No, that won't be happening.
But come on. Now, have I got this right? So it's you as Jerry Springer in a rock opera?
Yes.
That's crazy talk, dude.
No, it's brilliant. It's Jerry Springer, the Opera. It comes from a very successful show that was on the West End, then went to Carnegie Hall. It won every known theatre award on the West End. It's a fantastic show.
So have you researched, like, how much Springer have you had to watch for this?
An unbelievable amount of Springer. More Springer than anybody should ever be exposed to, I think.
What is the amount of Springer a sane person can watch before they themselves, as an adult, put nappies on?
I'd say about 10 seconds.
Have you had a favourite app that you've caught?
I've seen the classics. You know, A Man Marries a Horse. That's a ripper. One of my favourites, and it's the first one. If you type in Jerry Springer Show on YouTube, it's Jerry Springer interviews the man who thinks he's a vampire, and he comes out on stage in a coffin. That's one of my favourites.
Wow.
Another one on the uncut and uncensored Jerry Springer.
Oh, that's like the pay-per-view ones.
It is.
That they have. Yes.
You've seen them.
I have seen.
Naughty you. Is the nude personal trainer.
Wow. Yeah.
Everyone needs one of those.
Because nudity and squatting and lunging.
Oh, I don't know.
That's what you need. My left nut, 2.
Bringing it round again.
So have you met him? Have you spoken to him about this?
No, I haven't, but I'm sure he gives it his approval. In fact, he saw the show. It started at the Edinburgh Festival some years ago, and he did see it there and gave it a ringing endorsement and said that he only wished that he'd thought of it first. And he said there must be... the only other person that he could think of that had an opera written about them was Carmen, and she's not around, so he couldn't talk about what it was like. But he loved the show.
And so what kind of freaks do you... Like, do you have the freaks? You must have these people marrying vampires and things in the show.
We don't have that. But
there's punch-ons. There's got to be punch-ons.
Yeah, who we have on the show is we have the normal infidelities. We have somebody who, you know, is cheating on his wife, but he happens to be cheating on his wife with somebody who loves, you know, wearing a diaper and doing doo-doo in the diaper. All those sort of things. We have the Ku Klux Klan who comes on. We have Jerry Springer interviews Satan, and then he brings in the big one and he interviews God as well.
Wow.
But it's all done with the most phenomenal musical score. It's incredibly intelligent, as you'd expect. Very, very witty and utterly hilarious.
David, I was curious. In the UK, a lot of sort of Christian groups got angry and tried to shut the show down as it toured. Has there been any of that controversy here, or are our Christians a bit too relaxed for that?
No, there's been none of that controversy here, as yet.
Oh, wait till it opens.
Sorry, I didn't mean to... Ooh.
No, look at round on it. They filmed the show and then they broadcast it on the BBC, and only 60,000 people rang up to complain.
Do you know what? Do you know my favourite part of Springer is the people who get brought out, like, to be surprised on the show.
As if.
But that's the thing. It's like when someone says, "Hey, we're from the Springer Show. We just want you to come in.
Yeah.
Someone wants to tell you something."
Yeah.
And then they're shocked.
And not be surprised.
And, yeah, how could they not be surprised? I just thought it was going to be a nice chat.
Yeah, no, I don't get that one either.
Now, I haven't seen you since you did 300, and I just want to know if you're still as buff under your crinkled jacket.
No, absolutely not. No, the day after I finished 300, that went. You know, I went from a six-pack to a slab.
How full on, was
keeping
it?
my slab, that's it.
Because I know, you're a good-looking guy, but that was pretty intense to get all that happening, though.
That was ridiculously intense. No normal person should have to go through that training. But we did it for a good cause.
And so how many crunches could you do now if you had to?
Oh, don't do that to me. Probably about 60.
I know of a great personal trainer who's nude.
Do you?
If you ever need to get back in shape.
And there's footage of her.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I like it. Are you ready for your final five, Mr. David Wenham?
Do I have to have my hand on the buzzer?
No, but I have to change one of them because you ruined it.
Oh, so
We didn't ruin it.
So it's my final four.
No. Thankfully, it was multiple choice. But I've taken one of the multiple choices out.
Okay.
You'll know when we get to it. Number 5. When you were calling bingo, did old ladies worship you like a sex god?
I'd have to say no.
Number 4. How did you get the nickname Daisy?
Oh, okay. The shortening names to David went to Days. Australians do that.
Oh, yes.
I don't know how you'd shorten Rove, but Rove. Yeah, you shorten it to Row and then you put the S on the end of it. So you'd be Rose. I was Days, and then my sister put a Y on the end. You'd be Row.
Or Rosie. Rosie and Daisy. Rosie and Daisy. There we go. Number 3. Have you ever eaten Milo straight from the tin?
No. Well, I did as a kid, and I didn't really like it. Milo and milk, they have to go together.
Number 2. Your multiple choice question. Which one of these is not a real Jerry Springer episode? A. I refuse to wear clothes. B. I'm happy I cut off my legs. C. I'm scared of cheese.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah.
We did have D. I married a horse. It has been scratched.
Okay, I'm going to go. I'm scared of cheese.
Correct.
Oh, there you
So
go. I have been watching. I have been doing my research.
I'm happy I cut off my legs is legit. And number 1, finally, your visual question.
About it.
I know, that's it. I can save on pants. And finally, your visual question. What's the first thing you think of when you see this?
Did I just fart?
I think that's an episode as well. Jerry Springer the Opera is on at the Sydney Opera House in April. You can check our website for details. David Wenham, thank you very much.
David.